Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Lee. I come from Bukit Mertajam, which is the northern part of Peninsular Malaysia, and now I'm staying in Kluang, Johor. Alright, welcome to my YouTube channel. And as you know, this is the 7th video for the same lesson, prefixes and suffixes, as requested by someone who is either my subscriber or a person who watch my videos. So whoever the person is, I'm now teaching you what you requested in the past. Now, as you know, I use 4 videos to teach prefixes. So prefixes are letters, 1, 2, 3, 4, or even 5 letters that we put in front of a word to change the meaning. So I use 4 videos to teach that. Now I'm using another, probably 4, 5 or 6, I don't know, videos to teach suffixes. So what are suffixes? Suffixes are 1, 2, 3, 4 or even 5 letters that we put behind a word to change the meaning and or to change the grammatical function. Grammatical function means to say from a verb to a noun, or from a noun to a verb, or to an adjective. So that is called grammatical function. Okay? Now, if you look here, all these ERORISTMENT, all these are called suffixes. So today, in this video, I'm going to teach you the meanings of the suffixes. So number 1, when you put ER, this suffix or OR, the meaning is someone who does something, like an occupation. So for example, seller. Seller comes from the word sell. Sell is a verb. When you put ER, it is a noun and it is a person who sells. So when we put ER, one of the meanings of suffixes is a person who does something. In this situation, a person who sells something. Or you could put OR. When you put OR from the word conduct, conduct is a verb. When you put OR, it becomes a noun and the meaning is a person. So there are 2 types of conductors. One is in the bus, the person punches the ticket, gives you a ticket, and then you give him the fare or the money. That person is called a bus conductor. Now, another meaning of conductor is during performances. There is a band of musicians. Some are playing the violin, some are playing the piano, some are playing the guitar or the flute, and you have a person there who is doing this. That person is called the conductor. So you put OR, it becomes a person, someone who does something. In this person, someone who conducts. IST, same. When you put IST, this suffix behind a word, the meaning is someone who believes or practices something becomes a person. For example, scientist or capitalist. So a scientist is someone who practices something. Capitalist is the same. Actually, I should have put Buddhist. No, a Buddhist is a person who believes in a teaching, a religion, but it's okay. Capitalist can also be a belief, someone who believes in this kind of system. It can be, but more towards someone who practices something. Still is a person. So a capitalist is, in simple words, a businessman or a businesswoman, someone who does business. So a capitalist is a person who invests, who puts in money to a business because this person wants to make money. He wants to earn a profit. So he is called a capitalist. And he based and his thinking, his ideology, his belief is on capitalism. So a good example of capitalism is the factory system, where many people work to produce the same product. And the boss or people who have share in the factory, they put in money. In the end, they want to gain money. They want to make profit. Okay? So a capitalist is a businessman also. And capitalists actually believe in free trade and free competition. Like now, like our country, Malaysia, you see, businessmen, if you have money, you can open your own business and then you can compete with each other, healthy way. Okay, my business will be better than yours. You charge 50, maybe I charge 49. Why? Because it's my belief that charging 49 ringgit, I earn less, but then maybe I get more customers. Another person may believe that, oh, I charge 50 ringgit. It's a bit expensive, but then I will make more money in the process. So whatever it is, capitalist is a free competition in business. Okay? Ment, M-E-N-T. Why do we put M-E-N-T? Because we want to create, or because our meaning is a state or an action. State here means the situation. State is not Johor State, Penang State, no. It's a situation. So, agreement. Agreement is a situation where two people or two parties agree on a certain thing, like a contract. So it's a state. Or it could be an action, movement. Movement is from one place go to another place, so it is movement. Or it could be ness, N-E-S-S. Ness is a suffix. We use ness. Why? Because we want to show a quality, a moral value, if you like, or a situation. Example, politeness. Politeness is a moral value. Okay? Or kindness is a moral value. Sadness is a state, a situation where you just feel like crying. Or happiness, a state where you feel like laughing, ha ha ha, because you're so happy. S-I-O-N, shun or T-I-O-N, shun. Why do we use this? Why do we add these two suffixes? Because we want to mean or show a process or an action. Process is not one time, but perhaps a continuous action. For example, persuasion. Now, persuasion does not happen once or twice. It could be many times, like a person wants to sell something to you. That person will need a process of persuading you many times. So it goes on and on and on and on. So it's like a process. Okay, persuade you. Persuasion is from the word persuade. Or it could be invention. An invention, I'm sure, is an action whereby you do research and you do experiments, okay, to create something new. That's called an invention. It could be DOM, D-O-M. Why do we put D-O-M? Because we want to show it's a place or a state, a situation. So if we are talking about place, it could be a kingdom. A kingdom is a country with a king, so it's a place. Freedom is a state, a situation where we have no worries, where we don't have to be controlled by anyone. So it's a situation, okay? And lastly, Ism, I-S-M, example, Buddhism, Hinduism. So it is a belief, okay? Or it could be a doctrine. Now what is a doctrine? I've written over here. A doctrine is one set or many sets of beliefs. But it's not just believing. Here is believing. It can be your personal belief. But a doctrine has black and white. It has laws or rules that everyone in that organization have to follow. So that is the difference between doctrine and belief. So body of teachings, it's a lot of teaching in a religion, within a religion, or a political ideology. Okay? Or it could be a legal principle. Legal, you know, is by law. Or it could be a military strategy. Military or military, you know, it is concerning soldiers, it's concerning a big army, and they have, the doctrine here is the belief, but it is black and white maybe, or it is stated in an authoritative manner where everyone has to obey. So that is a doctrine. So one good example of a doctrine is communism. Communism, like some countries are communist countries, they don't just believe, they put the belief into practice, so it's a doctrine. Okay, so everybody, the belief is that, there is equality. So everybody works, everybody gets food, no one is poor, and everyone works, and the government collects the money, and the government gives back the money in the form of development, ensure everybody has food, ensure everyone has education. So this is a doctrine. Okay, now I have actually finished, but as I mentioned just now, it could probably be more than 4 videos. These suffixes is quite long, you know, a lot. If I really go into it, I will see. Now this is an exercise, your homework, based on the previous lesson. So you have to use these words: ERALISEION, NESS, or ABLE. See which is suitable. So as I mentioned, prefixes and suffixes are not grammar only. It is actually enhancing or strengthening your vocabulary. It's actually 2 in 1. So there is no, I wouldn't want to use the word formula. Formula is more for mathematics or maybe science. So in English, formula would mean rule. There is actually, there are rules, yes, I will teach, but it is not it's not, it's not recognizing a letter. Like you say, oh, this is N, so I must put MENT, ment. Oh, it is Y, so I must put NESS, nurse. No, it doesn't work that way. Because if you go to the internet and you type the word suffixes, a long list of words will come up. And you have to know word by word, because you cannot group them together. Although there are, we say, most of the time, if you have this letter, then you put MENT or you put DOM, most of the time, but not all the time. So a good way to learn is either remembering, try your best to remember, or doing a lot of practice to recognize that if you're talking about a situation whereby you are not tied down by anyone, where you can do what you like, there's no one to control you, then free becomes freedom. It cannot be freement. It cannot be freeism. Okay, it cannot be free, freeness or freeness or freetion. No, it definitely is freedom. So word to word, learning word to word, because it's already fixed in grammar. So I don't think there's anyone who can tell you that, oh, you can see a T here, so you put MENT behind. I don't think anyone will tell you that. If that person knows English, I myself wouldn't dare to do it. Because we have a list that is already fixed by grammar, and you can see it in the internet if you want. Okay? What I can say is generally it's like that, but it's not all the time. Like prefixes I showed you. Don't think that it starts with A, therefore I add in front, like inactive. It can be unable. It can be disabled. You see? So I don't think that there is a fixed rule or a fixed formula whereby you see this word, this letter, so you add this suffix. I don't think that's the way. And you shouldn't use that way, because it's already fixed. The list is already there. So remember, through the method of doing your best to remember, that is free becomes freedom, and science becomes scientist or scientific. Another method, of course, would be like this, doing exercise. So when you do a lot of exercise, you realize that it's like that. So the next time you see the word free, then it's freedom. You see the word teach, or is teacher, or it could be teaching if you like it. Still depends on the sentence. That is why you need to know the meaning. Okay, so that's all from me. I will see you again in the next video. A little announcement. If you want to buy my book 1 and book 2, please WhatsApp to me. If you want to learn English any type of English, could be grammar, could be vocabulary, could be anything. You go to my YouTube channel, to the place where people post comments, and then you request there. Okay, then I will teach. Someone requested that I teach off, OF, off. How to use off, when to use off, why to use off. So after this, I will teach off as requested by subscriber or person who watched my video. And if you want to learn English from me, okay, whether it is academic English for examinations or to improve your English in school, or business English for working adults, or just pure communication for people who like to learn, who like to speak English, or test for people who want to go overseas, or our country, our Malaysian national exams like SPM or WASA or MOWET. So you can learn from me. WhatsApp me. Okay, you WhatsApp to me and I will arrange class with you. Of course, if you are staying in Kluang, in Johor, you can come to my tuition center. I'm now in my tuition center actually. Okay, but if you are not, then we can always arrange online classes, because I do have online classes and I use Zoom. So the effect is the same. So whether you come face to face or you learn from me online, the method I use is the same. The effect will be the same. Okay, so till we meet again in the next video, do remember to give me a like, share and subscribe. So goodbye everyone. See you the next video.